We are discussing about seed, nature's microchip, God's cutting edge technology. Yes. இன்றைக்கு not even in computers, not even rockets, not even cell phones, they contain such a cutting edge technology. Seed. We can never make as God made it. We need to accept it in humility and honesty. Seed is a particularly sensitive issue for small scale farmers. In other words, to our parishioners. Seed is a farmer's dignity. Without seed, a farmer is a potential migrant, says Sally Unisi, a farmer in Tera, Niger. Multinational corporations show no sign of letting go of the patents they hold on the seeds. As long as TNCs enforce their patent rights, control of GM technology cannot pass to the farmer. GM mega businesses could be particularly damaging in developing countries, dominating the market, taking out patents on farmer seed and even making it difficult for farmers to save and exchange their own seed. Pope Francis notes the impending danger of losing the natural seeds. He writes in the paragraph number 137 of Laudato Si, in various countries we see an expansion of oligopolies for the production of cereals and other products needed for their cultivation. This dependency would be aggravated were the production of infertile seeds to be considered. The effect would be to force farmers to purchase them from larger producers. You know, recently, what is his name? Nammalwar. He entered in the controversy of a patent of basmati rice and also neem seed. Neem seed. You know, neem seed comes from India. But Americans, they took the neem seeds and they wanted the patent. They want to own all the seed rights, copyright. Can you imagine that? An Indian seed like basmati and neem, America takes over and they claim that that is ours. We own the copyright. So Indians have to buy basmati rice from America, also neem seeds from America. That is unacceptable. So Nammalwar, he went to Europe with a group of people, other NGOs also helped fight against this aggression, and at last they stopped and they got back those Indian seeds back to India. Hey, they belong to India. So they saved them and brought them back to India. It was like they kidnapped. It's an act of terrorism. They kidnapped basmati seed and neem seed. And these people went, including Nammalwar, they redeemed those two seeds and they brought back to India. That is wonderful, wonderful. You see here in this slide, in the 18th century, there was a British scientist called Thomas Bernard. The British government employed him to investigate how Indians produce such a vast amount of crops. The British people were unable to produce per 1 hectare And he did research, and at last he concluded, Indian people are smart in seed selection. Seed selection. That is how they produced enormous quantity of crops. So we need to learn from India how to preserve quality seeds. Our ancestors were smart in seed selection. In the 18th century, British scientist Thomas Bernard studied agricultural output in 800 villages spread over several districts of India. He found that the average production of paddy was 3,600 kilogram per hectare, with the best 130 villages averaging 8,200 kilogram per hectare. This is higher than the average yield that farmers were to obtain 2 centuries later under the so-called Green Revolution of the 1960s. In other words, our Indian farmers with seed selection were able to produce 8,200 kilograms per hectare. Hectare means 1.5 acre. 1.5 acre. So 8,200. But the that Green Revolution in 1960s, they were able to produce only 3,600 kilogram per hectare. So now you tell me who are smart? Our Indian farmers, your parishioners, your father, my father, your great-grandfather, my great-grandfather, they are the smartest people on the planet. How did they do it? Still it is a mystery. 2 Timothy, in chapter 2, we read, the hard-working farmer ought to be the first to receive his share of the crops. So your great-grandfather, your tradition and my tradition, they were hard-working farmers. At the same time, they knew how to select good seeds. Not only selection of seeds, they shared the best seed with the neighbors. You know how crops are produced? Well, in abundance, because of pollination. You see, pollination depends on neighboring crops. So if the neighboring crops are good, your crop also looks good. If the neighboring crops are bad, yours also go bad. So that's why our ancestors ensured that everybody in the village uses good seed. That's why they were sharing seeds. That's how they could produce such a vast amount of food, 8,200 kilograms per hectare. So that is the secret mystery I'm just unraveling to you in front of your eyes. So Thomas Bernard put this abundance down to optimal seed selection. Yes, he told seed selection, that is the secret, to suit the site. Sophistication, yet simplicity of tools, extreme care in tending fields, and techniques such as intercropping and fallow. And also they had intercropping systems in the villages. That's how you could achieve such a high productivity. You read Chris Evans in the book called Permaculture Program, December 1990. Next, I want to recommend to you seed bombs. You Google today, go to YouTube's, and you find how to make seed bomb. And you teach your people in your own village, and also teach to the kids, to the children, to whom you are entrusted. When you go for weekend ministry this week or next week, you just go and explain to the children what is the seed bomb and how to make it. This bomb should be made during monsoon season, exactly now. We are in the monsoon season. This is the best time to make seed bombs. And then take the kids to the place where there is no vegetation. That is the place you throw these bombs. During the monsoon time, these bombs, they disintegrate and they dispense the seeds, and the seeds will start to sprout. So a desert land can become a rainforest. So the empty land, wherever you find, this is how you bomb with seeds. So, but here you are having small seeds. But you should recommend to your children the organic seeds of a mango, sapota, neem trees, punga, acacia. So you better teach them to make not plant seeds. Here you look, all of them are plant seeds. So this is not right. This is not a good example I have given you. Puliyankotte, tamarind seeds, big trees I'm talking about. Banyan tree seeds. So those kind of seeds. So this week you tell the kids to go and collect seeds, big tree seeds. So let them collect and come. And then next week you teach them, take the clay and you put the seeds, mix them, and you make a bomb and dry them under the sun. So the bomb becomes hard. And then after 2 weeks, you take the kids to the spot where there are no trees at all, empty land, dry land. You just throw the bombs there and come out. You go after 5 years to the same spot, you will find different. There will be rainforest. There will be birds, there will be animals, there will be a lot of activity going on, pollination, bees, fruits, vegetables, smell, color. Wow. So you have created something beautiful on the planet Earth. So I hope you will do that. So now we come to aquaculture. Aquaculture is another subheading in the second part or the second phase of our discussion, namely the golden age of food security. Aquaculture is nothing but fish production of water-based vegetables, algae, crustacean fish like shellfish, like shrimp, lobster, etc., etc. Actually, I got only one slide on aquaculture that tells you that I did not do a good job on that, because I want to leave this subheading to you, to the students. That's why I did not dig out all the resources from the Bible. So it is a challenge. I want to give it to you, pass it to you. I don't want to feed you with the fork and spoon. I don't want to feed you in your mouth. I'm going to give you a line with the hook. You go and catch the fish. Yes. You go and catch the fish. You make theology. You make aquaculture theology. Still it is agrarian theology. All this, even fish farming, includes in agrarian theology. Also, fish is the biggest resource for food security. 80% of the world population depend on fish, depend for protein, which is available on fish. So that shows the importance of aquaculture. So better you dig out for resources from the Bible and other books, and then You try to bring resources to our own classes, to our own subject, to the subheading, and then you make agrarian theology. There are a number of references in the New Testament in favor of fish farming known as aquaculture, such as miraculous catch of fish, 5 loaves of bread and 2 fishes, and grilled fish seen after the resurrection, so on and so forth. Aquaculture, the raising of aquatic species such as fish, algae, reptiles, and crustaceans, has grown dramatically in recent years, partly in response to the need for less expensive protein sources. However, the ecological impacts of aquaculture have been increasingly questioned in recent years because the shrimp farms, other fisheries, they contribute 20% of the greenhouse gases emissions. Yes, lot of waste. Coastal areas are contaminated because of aquacultural production. So we have to exercise caution when you recommend aquaculture. We need to go for organic practices. We need to denounce all the chemical input, the poisonous feeding. That is not good at all. That is bad. So you go to Tuticorin area, the whole coastline is polluted. You go to Andhra, all those areas, the coastlines where they produce high amount of crustaceans like shrimp farms, highly polluted. So that's why, however, the ecological impacts of aquaculture have been increasingly questioned in recent years. Climate change will contribute to food and water scarcity, declares Department of Defense 2010 Quadrennial Defense Review. The whole aquaculture process is entirely dependent on water, and Bible comes to rescue as it is expected to do in supporting of agrarian theology. In Leviticus 26, we read, "If you walk in my statutes and observe my commandments and do them, then I will give you your rains in their season." So if you don't do all chemical input and contaminate the earth, God will provide water, and our aquaculture business will be flourishing and flourishing if you do in a right way. So we have come to the last point and last part of our discussion. Animal husbandry. Yes. Today, we have so many farms. Cow farms, pig farms, chicken farms, poultry we call it, and quail farms. All those animal production for our non-vegetarian lifestyle. I already told you our non-vegetarian lifestyle has contributed 20% of the greenhouse gases emissions. Everyday methane production is increasing because of our non-vegetarian habits. I told you methane is a very, very powerful greenhouse gas, 22 times stronger than carbon dioxide. That is how methane's global warming potential, GWP, is measured. It's very, very powerful gas, potent gas. Today the global warming and climate change is being provoked by methane emissions. So today, United Nations organization has started a campaign in 2008, no meat, no heat. That was the campaign. No meat, no heat. I told you, during this anniversary year of Laudato Si, Peace and Justice Commission and Dicastery for Integral Human Development Association have recommended to all Christians to go for plant-based food, reduce less meat consumption. Plant-based food. But our people will not change in the near future. It will take time. Just now, Christianity has spoken. Probably it will take another 500 years before we could come to plant-based food. So before that, at least, we will exercise caution in our practices of animal husbandry. Proverb 27, verse 23 to 27 states, "Be thou diligent to know the state of thy flocks, and look well to thy herds, for riches are not forever. And does the crown endure to every generation? The hay appears, and the tender grass shoots itself, and herbs of the mountains are gathered. The lambs are for thy clothing, and the goats are thy prize of the field. And goat's milk enough for thy food, for the food of thy household, and for the maintenance for thy maidens." Sheep and other animals need to be cared for. We should not just put them out to pasture and forget about them. If you don't take care of your sheep, your riches will go away. Sheep and cattle are like a bank account. They are well cared for. They can be readily sold in the time of need for a good price. The lambs are for your clothing. The more lambs that we can produce, the more money we have to buy the things that we need. The herbs of the mountains have significance. The tender grass is the best. You know what? The lamb and goats, they are very organic in nature. Pigs, lot of chemicals are fed. Cows, today's cows, reared in the industry, they don't eat grass. The cows have not seen the green color. The cows in the West, they never see green color. They are fed only cow feed, that's all. All chemicals and corn mixed. The cow never saw green grass. That is sad note. Very sad note. But the positive note is our sheep, like lamb and goats, they are not fed in the enclosed environment. Even today, they eat natural food. They eat those grass and herbs in the mountains. Natural food. So when you eat that lamb and goat, it's good for you. It's good for your health. There is nothing wrong if you can cut and eat a lamb or a goat, because they grew up in the natural environment. They give their life. They happily say, take it and eat it, this is my body. That is how they say. The goat looks at you and says, take it and eat it, this is my body. Even the lamb says the same thing, take it and eat it, this is my body. So the naturally grown animals, even the chicken, I have 10 chicken here in front of my house. Every day I am getting 4 eggs, organic eggs. I am eating every day 2 eggs, hard boiled eggs. Now after the class I run to the chicken coop and I go and pick up 2 eggs and bring and keep them. So afternoon when I finish the classes, another eggs are ready. So 4 eggs I get every day. So I am thinking of cutting a chicken for this weekend. There are 2 cocks I have. They make big noise around my house. Every day morning they make a big sound, both of them. They say to me, take it and eat it, this is my body. They shout every day morning, take it and eat it, this is my body. So I am not deaf. My ears are good. So I better do something about it this weekend. I am going to cut and eat a cock. It is about 2 kilograms or 3 kilograms. Huge. So I am going to do that. Nothing wrong. Because they grow up in a natural environment. I mean, they are very happily living, and they very happily lay down their life for the sake of his own brother, human. There is no better life than laying down one's own life for the sake of others. Yeah. So anyway, you know why goat meat is so expensive? It's almost 1,000 rupees 1 kilogram of goat meat, because they grow up naturally. Today, the best meat available on the market is goat meat, because it is not contaminated by chemicals. Pigs, chicken, even cows brought out in the farms, they are contaminated with chemicals. Only goat and lamb. But our people, they don't eat lamb. Muslims, they eat lot of, and Kerala people, they eat lot of lamb and also buffaloes. Kerala people are eating. Buffalo is also very organic. There is no chemical input in buffalo. I think Kerala people have a very, very good healthy practices going on. I didn't eat buffalo so far. I need to try it one day, but I don't eat meat much. I like vegetables, greens, nuts, fruits, all that kind of stuff. Jeremiah chapter 11, verse 19, we read as follows. But I was like a lamb or an ox that is brought to the slaughter, and I knew not that they had devices against me, saying, let us destroy the tree with the fruit thereof, let us cut him off from the land of the living, that is, his name may be no more remembered. This text talks about how to slaughter goat or lamb or pig or a cow or a buffalo or a chicken. The way we slaughter the animal is cruel. Our people take a pig and they try to cut his throat, or take the hammer and hit it on his head. The bull slaughter in India is very cruel and primitive. They take a big iron rod and stick it into his head. No, that is Cruel. A pig also they hit with the sledgehammer on his head. It is sad. We as humans, we don't do that. We don't do that. The Catechism of the Catholic Church is teaching very clearly that we shouldn't harm an animal for the sake of human interest. You shouldn't even think of causing violence to an animal. You can kill an animal when animal is grazing. That is better way. You know, research shows when you kill an animal in a closed environment, the animal knows that he is going to be killed. All his blood is turning into clots. The meat is getting spoiled. The whole thing turns into acid because of fear and anxiety. When you eat that meat, it contaminates your body, your mind, your soul. So there's a lot of research going on. People have tried shooting an animal while it is grazing in the field. Now, cow is grazing in the field, you take a gun, shoot him. And he didn't know that we are going to kill him. Without the cow realizes the danger is around the corner, he's dead. He's finished. No pain, no suffering. One shot to the head, he's gone. When you cut the meat and eat it, so tasty, delicious, because the cow did not suffer. His blood and his meat did not contaminate with the shock and fear. The meat is so pure and tender. So cattle should be killed in a low stress environment without them knowing what is happening. They should not be chased around when trying to kill them. In our village environment, everybody knows. Today in their family they are cooking chicken because they chase the chicken half an hour in the village. The chicken runs and kids run, catch the chicken. Dog is also joining in the chase. Everybody knows in that family they are going to cook chicken today. You shouldn't do that. Chicken doesn't taste good at all. The chicken shouldn't know that you are killing him. Probably you go there, chicken is grazing somewhere, he is distracted with the females. Just take the knife or something, one hit, that's it. Only one hit. You know, kada vetradhu, in our culture, kada vetradhu, kada. Kada vetradhu is excellent way of ending a life of a goat. The kada comes walking, it is given a nice bath, turmeric bath, and the kada is having garland, and kada begins to eat his own garland. He is eating, he is in good mood, joyful. The goat is thinking, people are worshipping me. Aha! I am very important. Eating garland. That is the time kada vetrava. He comes with a big knife, only one hit. Head is severed from the body. Kada doesn't even feel the pain, nothing. The head is still having the garland in his mouth. While he dies, he is eating his own garland. Yeah. That meat is tasty. So kada vetradhu is the best model how to end a life of a chicken or a pig or a cow or a buffalo or a sheep or a lamb. They have found recently that buffalo meat is more tender and tastes best. The buffalo is shot in the field where it is standing and then processed in a portable slaughterhouse that is taken to the field. I think I will stop here. You can take a break, and then when we come back, we will finish the class. So the last hour of our lesson of agrarian theology, I have 45 minutes more.